President Donald Trump with a shocking claim on social media, saying President Biden's preemptive pardons for members of the House January 6 committee investigating the attacks on the Capitol are, quote, void, vacant, and of no further force or effect. Why? The president claiming Biden used a device known as an autopen to sign them.
Who was signing all this stuff by autopen? Who would think you signed important documents by autopen?
The evidence for that claim appearing to come from a recent Heritage Foundation post on Twitter, showing differences in Biden's signatures in the Federal Register.
You don't use autopen. It's, number one, it's disrespectful to the office. Number two, maybe it's not even valid.
President Biden has not publicly remarked on Trump's post, and a spokesperson didn't reply to a request for comment from NBC News. But experts say even if he did use an autopen, that wouldn't make his orders illegitimate.
The text of the Constitution in Article 1 refers to the president signing it. It doesn't say literally whether that must be, by his physical hand or not.
A 2005 Department of Justice memo explicitly stating that a president does not need to personally sign bills and that the president may direct, quote, a subordinate to affix the president's signature to such a bill, for example, by autopen.
The Office of Legal Counsel issued an opinion that autopen signatures are okay, but that doesn't have the same force as, say, a court actually making that determination or Congress, say, weighing in on the issue.
But what exactly is an autopen? Put simply, it's a device that uses a pen to recreate signatures or handwriting, even if the, quote, signer is not in the room. President Obama apparently became the first president to use an autopen to sign an actual bill when he extended the Bush-era Patriot Act while he was in France, a move that caused a bit of a stir at the time.
Use of the autopen must be directed directly by the president.
But it's been used in the White House for decades, even centuries, for things like written communications and autograph requests. The Thomas Jefferson Foundation says our third president was known to use a precursor to the autopen known as a polygraph for making a copy of handwritten letters. President Harry Truman is often said to be the first president to use a fully robotic autopen in the 1950s. John F. Kennedy was said to be such a prolific user of the autopen that it became the subject of a book, The Robot That Helped Make a President. And Lyndon Johnson's use of the machine even made the cover of the National Enquirer in 1968. Regardless of how autopen has been used in the past, it's important to note that looking at signatures' digital copies in the Federal Register might not be the best way to see how a document was signed. The National Archives, which runs the Federal Register, telling fact-checker Snopes each new administration provides a digital signature file for the Federal Register, quote, which uses it to create the graphic image for all presidential documents published. NBC News asked the National Archives for comment and has yet to hear back. But that's why many Biden signatures would look the same, as would President Trump's signatures in the Federal Register, from both his first term and this one.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.